Okay. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
We did not rent a car or anything like that when we were
Which
there.
would have been fascinating.
It would have been.
They are very aggressive drivers.
But everybody's aggressive, and it seems to work well together.
It's been long since I drove on an aggressive city, so that would have been a challenge.
But we basically just took Uber everywhere. Uber is, in comparison to the US, cheaper.
Right.
The average ride was like what?
Like maybe 250 pesos average.
How many dollars?
I don't know that. Probably like
It was
$7-8 maybe. But again, this is in context of what people there make. So I don't know if it's good money riding Ubers, but all the people that came to pick us had lots of like 2,000 rides. So lots of people, lots of Ubers.
It's very available.
And it's the most efficient way to travel, I would say.
Public transport, when we saw like buses or trains go by, there was like lines waiting to get on the bus, and they couldn't fit on the bus. Like the buses were packed. So I feel like that would not be my mode, first choice.
But then again, you know, it's a city of 20 million people.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then we were going to talk about minimum wage.
I think minimum wage is about like $100 $100 a month. That's working full-time hours. I'm not sure what full-time means.
You asked somebody who lived
Right,
there.
and he was kind of telling us about it, and apparently a lot of people make minimum wage. So like the way he explained it to me, like 80 to 90% of the workforce make minimum wage, and then most people rely on tips. So we stayed in a lot of hotels, and it seemed like, quote unquote, they are extra staffed. Overstaffed, because like coming from like, you know, the US where staffing is premium, you know, you only have as many people as you absolutely need. But there it felt like there was just one guy that his job was just to bring wine, or there was this one lady that her job was just to stand on top of the escalator and smile at you, you know, all those kinds of jobs. But that's just the way it felt like to us. It's probably a little bit different, but it's
somebody just hung up on us.
Just cause. Anyways, but that's it about minimum.
But then if you think about like their minimum wage, the things that we are going around and being like, wow, this is so cheap. Like the restaurants to us felt cheap. Like you could get tacos for like $3-4 and it'd be like huge. But to them it's really probably quite expensive.
Right, exactly. And that's something to like keep in mind too. You can just go straight back.
Yeah.
If you travel quite a bit, of the idea of cheap, of course everything is put in perspective. It's cheap to you, but it's probably not cheap to the people who earn in that currency, because the same way to Jeff Bezos, everything you're complaining about is cheap to him.
Yeah. Everything. Alright, sorry guys. We are attempting to get a job, so we had to take a phone call, but all is well.
And we would actually like document our process on another video.
That's upcoming.
Yeah, that's a little bit of anyways, the last few things are elevation. Mexico City is actually,
my goodness,
higher than Denver.
Yes. Right? So we were there, and for like the first
few days, I just caught myself catching my breath, and I'm like,
and I had like a headache a lot, and then all of a sudden we're like, I wonder what the elevation is. Yeah, it's comparable to like Vail, Colorado.
Right.
And so I feel like when I travel to anywhere in Colorado or a higher like that I know is a higher elevation, I'm always thinking, okay, I don't want altitude sickness, so I'm going to drink a lot of water and all these things. not thinking about that whatsoever. Definitely did not drink enough water. Definitely had a headache for the first few days. I just had no idea.
So if
no
you
idea.
ever go to Mexico City, or if you're traveling to places you haven't been in general, check out the elevation. It will save you some headaches, literally and figuratively.
Oh my gosh. And then last few housekeeping things is obviously their currency is different. Their currency is pesos, which what you figured out the conversion.
It's probably like 18 pesos to $1 plus or minus.
Yeah.
Something else to look for is there are a ton of banks that offer zero fee ATM withdrawals. I will link a couple down in the show notes below. They are absolutely vital if you're traveling overseas. What they do is that you can take out money from the ATM and pay none of the fees, or have all the fees reimbursed to you. So that, I mean, in Europe will save you tens of dollars, probably hundreds of dollars if you take out lots of money. Also, make sure that the said debit card you're using hasn't expired. Ask me how I know that, because
Don't ask us how we know that.
what's happened to us.
Yeah.
So just make sure you like have it, and then you tell them you're going overseas, so that probably helps, so it's not locked out.
And really, a lot of places took credit cards.
I don't know about in the local small markets we went to. I don't know how much they accept American Express, but in the bigger places like restaurant, they did accept American Express. But Visa, MasterCard, you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Even tap to pay too. Most places did that.
Yeah, most places. The only places we really ran into it is if you wanted to get food at like a food stand along the street.
Right, or food vendor.
But even like the bigger markets that were like a lot of little shops put together, most of those places took credit cards. So that was nice. So yeah, we even did some pesos, but not
a ton, no. And then the last thing is the connector for your phones and iPhones and your chargers.
It's all the same.
It's all the same as the
We were
regular
thinking
one. That
like
would need a converter like in Europe, but you don't. It's all,
and you don't need like a voltage converter or anything like that. Everything is exactly like the US.
It's compatible, so that's a plus. So you don't have to carry all those things.
But yeah, that's Mexico City. Hot-ish, warm-ish. They're not really hot topics. Warm topics.
It's hot topics for this frigid day.
Yeah, it's negative 18 here right now. So yeah, they're hot topics. But we hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, give us a subscribe if you haven't yet, and go check out all the Mexico City videos because they're really fun. At least I think so. Thanks for watching.
See you later.
You look like the Flash. But it was very... I'll start over.